guys, welcome back to Medical Coding with Blue. Today's episode is all about making the most of your medical coding school situation. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. I am Blue, I'm a medical coder. Okay guys, so maybe you have found yourself in a medical coding program that is not quite what you expected. Maybe you're not getting the support that you need with the training part, or maybe the materials that you're getting are taking a little bit too long to get to you, and it's kind of cutting into your study and school time. As you will realize, when it comes to being in school, time is money, literally. And so you want to make the most of your time while you're in school. And sometimes the program itself is faulty. I mean, it really all depends on which one you go to. Now, there's so many schools out there, and I have always said that the only three I can recommend is either going directly to AHIMA, the American Health Information Management Association, or AAPC, the American Academy of Professional Coders, or doing the independent study, which I have the independent study video on my YouTube channel, and I have the link for that specific show on almost all of my videos. So if you take a look at the description box, you'll see it's there. And I break down the syllabus, and I have the books listed. Some of the videos, though, are a little bit old. So if you find like an older video, like from 2020 or 2019, just know that you can use those same books, but you can use the current year books if you want to. You can use books that are a couple of years old. It is totally fine to work with older books, like workbooks, so that you can get practice. So there's all of that on those videos. But I want to talk about this one specific exchange that I had with a viewer, because I think that this happens to a lot of people. And I hope that this video kind of help you give yourself that permission to think outside of the box when it comes to your program. And before you say, well, Blue, that's why I paid the school and that's why I did all of these things. I understand that. But sometimes we don't know until we get into the program what it's going to be like. You don't know what the teacher's going to be like. You don't know what the program's going to be like. You don't know how you personally are going to take learning, okay? Or how the people around you in your orbit are going to be taking you learning something new. So there's a lot of factors and a lot of variables that happen when we get into school as adults. So because of this, I want to do this video today to hopefully give you guys your own, permissions to think outside of the box when it comes to school. So here's the exchange that I had with the viewer that I want to share. So thank you to the viewer who made this comment, and here we go. So the viewer says, I am currently enrolled in that specific program. Side note, I did a video about one of the trade schools. I'm not going to say which one it is. You guys can go through my videos. But she was talking about going through this particular school, and that's her experience. So here we go. Enrolled in August of 2023 and have until February of 2024 to complete that portion. They refused to send me the textbook for medical terminology. What they don't tell you is that you get the manuals for the year that you enroll. And then she puts a laughing face. I have a strong background in the medical field, but I don't complete, if I don't complete the course and schedule my exam in 2023, I am going to have to purchase my own manuals for 2024. I have yet to speak with an advisor that is able to communicate on a professional level. So this individual is not having the best time with the school that they chose. So I said, which exam are you taking? If you are taking an AHIMA exam, you can use the 2023 editions until the end of 2024. You can still use the 2023 editions for the AAPC exam into 2024. However, they say if you're looking up a code and it's not in your book because it was updated, it might be a problem. To put it another way, it's still a multiple choice exam and not all codes were updated. Just saying. There are also plenty of other resources for medical terminology you can get your hands on for free. Yes, you shouldn't have to, but here we are. We have to make the best of it. Check YouTube for medical terminology videos, the public library for books that you can check out as well, or check out what one of these online retailers has to offer. So they responded with, "You're so helpful and knowledgeable. Thank you for the information. I haven't made the decision between the CCA or the CPC. I'm trying to make a more informed decision. So that's how I ended up on your channel. I mentioned the textbook issue only because the syllabus for the course instructs you not to begin until you receive the textbooks in the mail. In hindsight, I wish I hadn't followed those instructions. The books never came. I also may not receive the physical manuals for the coding portion for the course at all. We shall see, I guess. I'm not going to let that stop me from completing the course and obtaining my certification. I have lots of experience in prior authorizations and submitting denial claims in an outpatient setting, so I am always up for a good challenge. Thank you for explaining why the AHIMA website exam requirements for 2023 states in effect after May the 1st, 2023. It eases my anxiety and feelings a lot. Does the AAPC for the CPC allow leeway as far as the manuals? Thanks again." I said, as previously stated, yes, the AAPC does allow you to use the 2023 editions into 2024. Just know that the tests will be on the 2024 code set beginning January 1. If you haven't gotten your coding books, and I told her about going to Optum to order the 2023 editions because they're on sale. Go to the tab that says Medical Coding Specialty, and you'll see under Best Deals. The ICD-10-CM, ICD-10-PCS, and HCPCS Level 2 are all roughly under $26 with free shipping currently with the sale going on, okay, for the 2023 editions. The only book that is costly is a CPT book, but that book is required. The CPT Professional Edition by the AMA, the American Medical Association. You have your choice on ICD-10-CM, ICD-10-PCS, and HCPCS books. It doesn't matter which exam you take, but all books have to be matching in year. If you're ordering the 2023s, they all have to, if you order the 2023s, they all have to be 2023s. And I said, good luck. So here's the thing, guys. This person never got their medical terminology book in the mail, and the program instructs not to get started until you have gotten your books. Well, that's all fine and well, but again, clock is ticking and they're not going to give you more time. So if that's the case, medical terminology, whether the book is 20 years old or current, is going to be the same. Medical terminology is medical terminology. The base foundation is the same. Prefixes, suffixes, and root words, none of those have changed. So again, you can use a really old reference or you can use a really new reference. It's entirely up to you. But that's something that's within your control to be able to do. As far as being able to get your coding books as well, that's another thing that's within your control. You know, Optum coding, this is not an ad for Optum. I love Optum. You guys know that. And I like to talk about things that are helpful for coders. Optum coding books are superior to all other coding books, in my own personal opinion. I love books. I've seen a lot of books. And I know that with Optum, these are the ones that I trust because they give a lot of really good detailed information. At the beginning of every chapter in the ICD-10-CM book, it has scenarios with the answers and the rationale, and as far as how those codes apply in that particular chapter. And it talks about the guidelines for that chapter as well. So there's no other book that I see that does that when it comes to the coding manuals. And these are allowable because you have your choice of publisher with AHIMA and AAPC. So it's whatever you want to do, whatever you choose to do. The only thing, like I said, we all have to have that same CPT manual by the AMA, the Professional Edition CPT manual. So with that being said, you can totally get your own books. I mean, these books are less than the ICD-10-CM, ICD-10-PCS, and HCPCS are all under $26 with free shipping right now because they're on sale with Optum for the 2023 editions. So that's something that, you know, if you want to just go ahead and, okay, well, they're saying I'm going to get my books in like 4 months, but it'll be 2024, and these will be the 2023 editions because that's when I signed up, and it's going to be some off-brand, very generic version. Let me go ahead and just spend $26 and get, you know, a book each, you know, so because they're less than 26 each. So I think The Hicks Picks book is like $21 or something like. It's cheap, So, but they're really great books, and they're just 80% off. That's the only thing, So, it's still a great deal. And again, that's taking control of your situation. If you're in a fast-paced medical coding program, and all of a sudden you're finding yourself like, being thrown to the wolves, you don't have somebody to explain things to you, you can't get a hold of your instructor, the people are not speaking to you in a professional manner, that's okay. Finish the program, get all the materials that you can from them because you paid for the program. And here's the thing, guys, there's a lot of people that get so aggravated and they let their emotions take the best of them, and they're like, okay, well, I can't get nobody on the phone, so I just quit. I don't understand this. Whatever, I'm just gonna quit. Well, meanwhile, that company, that organization, that school already has your money, and so they don't care if you quit. It doesn't matter to them because they already have their business and they have your money. So that's why I say get everything that you can out of them, as far as like books, materials, any teaching that they can give, even if it's just sitting in on a seminar or something like that. Anything that they have to give you because you've already paid for it, take it. Go through the program and finish it out. If it is a really fast-paced coding program, this is why I tell you guys, don't do those fast-paced medical coding programs less than 6 months. Don't do them. But a lot of people say, well, I think I can do it because somebody convinced them at the school. And then all of a sudden when they're in it, they're just like, oh man, what did I get myself into? It's okay, guys. Finish the program. You don't have to take that test if there's no time limit on your voucher. You don't have to take the test right away, but do take extra time, at least 3 months, to continue to study, so that way you have more time to get familiar and get comfortable with the book. A lot of you are not putting in enough time, and that's something within your control. 20 hours per week. That's not on the school, that's on you. Well, Blue, I don't understand what I'm doing. I don't understand what I'm looking at. Get your workbooks, go through them. If they have the answers in them, I recommend the ICD-10-CM and ICD-10-PCS Coding Handbook with the Answers by Nellie Leon Chizen in the description box below. The CPC Study Guide by AAPC. Even if you're sitting for an HEMA exam, I still recommend that book because it's talking about CPT, and we all use the same CPT book. I like the way that AAPC broke down the CPT manual. I like it, okay? And I'm with a HEMA all the way. I'm just saying. So again, these are not ads, but I want you guys to be set up for success. Those two are fantastic books, and they will teach you the fundamentals of coding, right? If you are with bucks, if your school is giving you bucks, I have said it so many times, I personally do not like bucks. That is my own personal opinion, okay? If you like bucks, if bucks works for you, that's fantastic. However, the way the book is structured, and I have a few of the bucks manuals, that's why I can speak on this. I don't like the way that they're set up. I don't like the language that they use, because I feel like it's for people who have experience, not brand new people. Now, that Nellie book and the CPC Study Guide, those are written for people who are brand new to the industry and trying to understand what they're doing, because it explains it a lot more. Work through the workbook. And if you get frustrated because you don't know how to find the code, look at the answer in the answer keys, because both of those books have full answer keys, okay, in the book itself. So you go through those answer keys, you reverse teach yourself. So look at the answer, look it up in the book, and then try to kind of figure out, like, okay, what words did they tie together here in order to get this, and how did they do that? And a lot of it is just practice. And again, these are things that are within your control. That's how you can make the best of those situations with the school, all right? And if it's that the teacher's bad and, it's really fast and they weren't supportive, just let it go, guys. There's nothing you can do about it now, literally nothing. And complaining about it on Facebook or, Reddit or any of these other websites and just going on and on about it, you're singing a chorus that a lot of people are singing when they're complaining about these schools. But what does complaining do? It wastes time. It zaps your energy, and you should be studying instead of complaining. I'm just saying. And if you say, well, Blue, I still don't understand. I've been through the workbook. I've been through the answer key, and I still don't get it. You need to find yourself a mentor, or you need to find yourself a tutor. Now, the difference between the two, a mentor will help you for free because that is what they do. Mentors are in the industry, obviously. You can go on LinkedIn. If you have a LinkedIn page, you can go on there and ask if anybody's willing to mentor you, answer a few of your questions, okay? So that's something that you can, it's an option out there. There's a lot of people that are willing to help. I have seen so many people get on LinkedIn, they start going on and they're complaining. They are complaining, but then people were gracious enough to volunteer to help them. And the ungratefulness of some of those people, because they had every excuse not to go along with the suggestions that were given to them by veterans or other helps that they were trying to give them. They had an answer for everything. So if that is you, where you have an answer for everything, don't expect people to want to help you for very long, okay? But mentors should be valued. They should be cherished. They should be, there should be monuments to people who do mentorship, because it's them giving their time to you for free because they're part of the industry, all right? Then there's also tutors. Now, tutors, you're paying for that person's time. Now, the difference is that tutors, they have like the way of doing things, and they have their knowledge, and they have years of experience, and that is what they're helping you with. And that is like, sometimes there's a difference between somebody who is just at a school to collect a check and go home, and they're teaching from a book, versus a person that you hire that is a tutor that loves it, that loves coding, that can explain it to you in a way that you can understand, because it's just one-on-one with you and that person, and they have the time to spend with you because you are paying them for their time, okay? So there is the difference. Yes, I do tutoring. My rate and contact information is in the description box below. But with that said, I want you guys to understand that a lot of times when it comes to the school situation, and you know, oh, they didn't help me and they didn't do this, take matters into your own hands, okay? Sometimes we just have to just take our losses and just grab the bull by the horns and just start doing these things on our own. There's a lot of videos that I have on my channel. I did a whole thing a few weeks ago about some study tips and things like that, and introducing y'all to the books again and showing you how to study and things like that. There's a lot of those videos on my channel. So you can just take the time to just go through and, you know, type into my specific page whatever you're looking up, ICD-10-CM, ICD-10-PCS, evaluation and management, any of those things. So that way you can look and see what I have and, you know, watch the videos, and maybe that will help you. A lot of people tell me that they get gems from my videos. But a lot of what I say, the cadence of what I say is the same. 20 hours per week, you have to be investing. There's no amount of money that you can spend that will give you that time conditioning yourself learning these books. Okay, 20 hours, and that's on you. If your school did not give you a good program for medical terminology or anatomy, there's videos for free all over YouTube. All over YouTube. I have a Patreon channel where I do exercises, and I do all kinds of puzzles and things like that. And so in my Patreon channel, I do that for medical terminology, for anatomy, for a lot of other things. Once a month, we get together and have a live study hall session, which is where I will be tonight. While this episode is airing, I will be with my Patreons. We will be having our once a month live where we get together and talk about coding questions, and we go over some scenarios, anything that anybody has. It is $10 minimum pledge per month. You don't have to subscribe past a month if you don't want to, but the study hall only goes on one time a month, okay? But with that, those funds go to my education, furthering my education. So just so you know. But like I said, there's a ton of stuff on there. I do exercises all the time for ICD-10-CM, ICD-10-PCS, and CPT. I've done modifier quizzes, and of course quizzes about medical terminology and anatomy as well. So that's just something that you all ought to know. That's something that is available to you. But again, guys, take responsibility for you wanting to be in this industry and start spending time at the library. If the the school didn't help you and you say, well, Blue, I don't have money, the public library is free. It is free. And all you have to do is check out the book and work with it and then turn it back in, check out something else, or watch videos on YouTube, or go to CMS and see all of the available links that are there. Please don't write me and tell me how overwhelming CMS is to you. Take the time to look at it. It is a lot. There's a lot of information there. I know. But once you get in it, especially when you can Google the Medicare Learning Network. And while you may say, well, I'm not planning to work with Medicare, a lot of insurances model themselves after Medicare. And what happens is a lot of their advice is what these insurance companies will follow. And when you have that in your mind already, that's going to help you even more. All right. So that's just something that is out there and it's free. Novitas, the Novitas website also explains a lot about modifier application and things like that. It's a very good and helpful website. These things are available through Google. All you have to do is just Google. And you can Google modifiers. You can Google just about anything you want to. And again, another free resource. But these are things that you can do. And taking that time, taking those 20 hours per week, and not making excuses. We need to stop making so many excuses. I hear people making excuses every single day for why they can't study, why they can't do this, and why they can't do that. But then at the same time, in the same breath, they're saying, I want a new career. I'm fed up with this. I'm fed up with that. Okay, so then we need to take a plan. We need to make ourselves a plan. We need to get on a schedule so that we know, hey, we're going to study, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Blue, I don't have time because I have kids and I have a family now. There's people who make time and they've got way more things going on than you do. I bet you, okay? You will make time for the things that are important to you. I have done it and you all have no idea what my schedule looks like. But a lot of you, it would make your head spin if you knew what my schedule looked like every single week. But there is a thing called discipline, and it is a thing that you have to work towards and build for yourself. If you are not actively working to make yourself more disciplined and taking those 20 hours per week that you can be spending studying instead of looking at TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, any one of those X, whatever it's called now, taking all that time and applying that towards studying is going to get you a lot further in life than you just sitting there on your phone, playing around with your phone and doing the same thing that you were doing last year. Start making strides to do better in your life so that you can get the things that you want. I'm just telling y'all, just so to get you the things that you want, because it's what you want, right? You want a better life, better career. That's how you do it. And I'm just saying, now I got to go because I have a meeting. So I will see y'all next week. I will be live. Remember, I will be live on Halloween, because we will be talking about the challenge. Remember, the challenge is to read the ICD-10-CM coding guidelines 4 times in the month of October, because this is our Medical Coder New Year. But even if you read it just one time, the ICD-10-CM coding guidelines, that's still fantastic anyway. It's a lot further than people who don't read those. I'm just saying. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.